Hello and welcome to the Thrifty Author. I'm your host, Gail Z Martin, and we're taking a break today in between launching your book or social media for authors to talk about how to be an awesome Zoom guest. You know, most of us during the current unpleasantness have been living a lot of our lives on Zoom. And for those who are authors and who are panelists at online conventions or being interviewed in a Zoom format, couple of things that can help you really make your interview or your panel participation stand out for all the right reasons and kind of help up the game so that you become the kind of panelist everybody wants to invite back. First thing, be mindful of your background. Think about what's behind you. Is it cluttered? Are there personal items that maybe are a little private that oops, you didn't really want to show to the entire world? Are there pieces of artwork or other things that someone might consider to be a copyright infringement? It's a rare chance, but it could happen. So think about being against a blank wall or coming up with a photography sheet like this, which are very easy to find on Amazon and inexpensive, or honestly, even just a nice blank sheet behind you that cuts out the clutter and helps you stand out, or just think about how your background presents and whether or not that's saying what you want it to about you. Also be aware of lighting. Now, you know, a lot of us are constrained. We're doing this from home. The house wasn't really built to be a film studio, but to the best of your ability, try to avoid having your light source behind you. Ring lights are a fantastic way to add some focused light without feeling like you're under a spotlight. And they're, again, very accessible on Amazon. Natural light is great, but as the time of day shifts, you may find your workspace becoming darker and darker. So think about how you can light yourself so that your face is visible, you're not in silhouette, and you're showing yourself to your best advantage. Be aware of your camera angle. The best camera angle is either straight on or where you are looking slightly up at the camera. What you want to avoid is having the camera below you, and I see this especially on people recording on an iPad, is having it tilted. And unfortunately, that gives us a up the chin and up the nose view, and that's really not a good look on anybody. So you're stepping forward professionally here. You want to look your best. And so being mindful of your camera angle is an important thing. To the best of your ability, unless you're doing this on your phone because it's the only way you can get connectivity, you want to be horizontal, in other words, landscape format, not up and down. It looks better on YouTube. It's just a better look video-wise. So again, just another one of those things to keep in mind to present yourself in the best format. You want to make sure that down at the bottom, your name is the right name, maybe your pen name instead of your personal name. If you go back and forth between using Zoom for your day job and Zoom for fan events, many people add pronouns, great thing to do. So you might want to think about doing that as well and making sure that people can see your name and that it's reflecting you the way you want to be reflected. Always assume that you're visible. Most panels record with a grid. So even if you don't have your screen set to show everybody, most panels record everybody all the time in a grid. It's a way of giving face time even to the people who aren't currently speaking. That means that even if your little square isn't lit up in green, people can still see you. So you want to make sure you're not that you're not looking really bored. You try not to move around unless you need to do that to stop a distraction. But if you have to move your computer, move your recording device, maybe because you're losing signal or something, please turn off your camera and then move to a space and then turn your camera back on. That way it's not distracting from the person who's talking because we can see you. And I think that's one of the biggest things, as well as just like you would on a live panel, pay attention to the other panelists when they're speaking. If you were on a live panel with people, you wouldn't be on your phone, hopefully, while the other panelists are talking. You'd be giving them your attention and respect. The same thing works on Zoom. And I have seen panelists who, I guess, assume that they weren't being recorded, and they're staring off into space. They're looking like they're going to fall asleep. They're checking their messages. It's not respectful. It's not a good look. So do your other panelists the respect of paying attention so that you can jump in on the conversation, and also so that you're doing exactly what hopefully you would be doing live, which is paying them attention, because that's the right thing to do. Know where your camera is so that you can look into it and you're not just staring all around at odd places. Staring into the camera, talking to the camera is like making eye contact. And we're a lot more comfortable with that than having somebody just sort of stare off into space. So think about when you watch a panel or a Zoom interview or a podcast where somebody is really coming across well, take notes, pay attention, think about what are they doing that makes them look so good? What are they doing that is making their background or their setting look so good? There's always room to improve, but these are a few things I've seen from doing now hundreds of panels online that can really help you up your game, and they're all cheap, free, or very easy. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you online and more Thrifty Author.